Welcome back to the S.P.Q.R. Let's Play, right? I don't really know if it makes any difference if I load this one or this one. It's basically the same date, so let's load the game. See if we, I think I've read that. I mean, I can run around Rome. Don't think it does much for me though. But we're gonna wanna be here on like the mid of March? ID March? Something like that. Because reasons. Let's read some about the notebooks of Sybil. Rituals, priests and rituals. Pontifices. This is a priestly college that supervises Rome's religious practices. They are men learned in the sacred lore and the science of celestial bodies. They interpret portents and perform the rites of purification. The portents consist of a sudden auspicia, such as bolts of lightning, the omina revealed by purpose and through observation, like a flight of eagles, and the prodigia, extraordinary events, for instance, blood raining from the sky, births of two-headed monsters, and speaking statues. The leader of the pontiffs, the Pontifex Maximus, is the official head of the Roman religion. Starting with Augustus, this post is occupied by the emperor, even if the latter is an ignorant fool. Right. So you can see some of these rituals or like religion is based on nothing. Like any random fool that goes to be the emperor is then the religious leader of the Roman religion. So, Flamines. There are three major flamines, or priests in Rome, who preside over the cult of the three gods worshipped on the Capitol: Jupiter, Mars, and Romulus, Quirinius. Of them, the Flamen Dialis, priest of Jupiter, is naturally most important, although the office carries much prestige. His life is, to my mind, miserable, since he is subject to multiple prohibitions intended to keep his person holy and pure against any pollution of bad magic, such as never baring his head, never tying a knot, and never touching a horse. It's very odd, specific things. Augurs. The authorities look to the verdict of the augurs before embarking on any important venture. The augurs watch the birds as they eat or fly to know the future. If such omens are disobeyed, a disaster is likely to happen. Thus, they report that during the First Punic War, the Admiral Gaius Claudius Pulcher paid no respect to the sacred chickens, who refused to eat. A very bad sign indeed. He threw them overboard, saying, "If they do not want to eat, let them drink," and lost a major battle. It was pretty funny. It is known, on the other hand, that the augurs are not immune to corruption. When compelled or paid off, they will cheat the public and smile at each other. I should know. ... So I'm not sure as well as how much of this game is factually accurate, but who knows. Haruspices. These leaders of the entrails taken from sacrificial animals were originally Etruscans, a people justly famous for the knowledge of things sacred. They learned how to examine the size, shape, and color of the liver, parts of which correlate with the regions of heaven and predict future events. I think I read something about that. The haruspices with their shaven heads are invariably present on public occasions, and many Romans will invite one of them privately to their homes for a wedding or a birth in the family, to inquire about the future, and if the omens are bad, to perform an appropriate act or of ritual. Sicilian priests. This is a sort of sacred fraternity devoted to the god Mars. One can see them in the streets of Rome on certain festival days, behaving strangely. They wear an old Italian war dress, the painted tunic, a short military cloak, and a colonial felt hat known as an apex. The god of war is celebrated in Martius and October, marking the opening and the closing of the season when the legions engage in their campaigns. And in the course of these 2 months, the Salian priests make processions through the city and perform their ritual dances, beating their shields with their staves and singing their songs in the ancient tongue, which no one can today understand. Right, I don't know if the priests understand them themselves. Probably, maybe. Fratres Arvelis, the Ervil Brothers. They are of obscure origin, and it seems that under the Republic they were chiefly involved with the celebration of the corn goddess, the Dia. It was after Augustus' apotheosis, which I always found distasteful, that this priestly college gained in importance by proclaiming their devotion to the welfare of the imperial house. They spend their time in prayers and sacrifices for the safety of the current emperor, and record what they consider glorious events of his reign, and then, with no lesser enthusiasm, would do the same thing for his murder, provided that the latter proves successful. A race of sycophants. Oracles. There are many kinds of oracles, that is to say, of responses issued by the gods to the worshipper who inquire. I think I've read this one. I'm pretty sure I read this one. The Sibylline books. The faith of Rome is in these books of prophecies in the past. Like, I read this page on my first day of the Let's Play, so if you wanna look at that. So I also don't know how much of this I will remember, or like how easy it is to go and read it back if I really need this information. So yeah, it's a bit of a mystery. The Sibylline books. The faith of Rome is in these books of prophecies. In the past, whenever a disaster of defeat took place, these texts had to be consulted. Under the Republic, they were kept in the stone vault of the Capitol, and in a moment of danger, the Senate could instruct the priests guarding the books to read them. Now this can be done on the Emperor's orders. Under Augustus, the Capitol burned and the books were rewritten from copies stored elsewhere. Today they remain in the Temple of Apollo. Always an issue with this is how accurate are these copies? Are they actually real copies? nobody knows what is in the Sibyllin books, except for the priest who has to read them, but they can also just give their own interpretation then, or make it up as they go. Sibyl at Cumae. Nobody knows when exactly in the past she lived, or whether she was indeed immortal. It is said that not many people went to Cumae because she rarely left her cave to hear their questions. Upon his arrival to Italy and long before Rome was founded, Aeneas visited her and eagerly took her advice and guidance, but others who were full of pride, like the Roman king Tarquinius Priscus, did not want to hear Sibyl's words or preferred to her the words of Apollo. I might have read that as well before. How the books came to Rome. When the city of Rome was still young, the Cumaean Sibyl left her cave in Cumae and offered to sell 9 books of prophecies to the 5th Roman king, Tarquinius Priscus. She offered the scrolls at a high price. Pride kept the king from paying. She burned 3 and offered 6 for the price of 9. Pride still kept him from paying. She burned 3 more. Frightened, he came to realize that what was written there could be indeed priceless, and he bought the remaining 3 scrolls for the price of 9. Well, that's some good marketing right there. I can appreciate that. Very good marketing. The Vestal Virgins. Vesta is a venerable goddess, but I doubt that she needs the service of 6 sanctimonious women called Vestal Virgins, with the Vestalis Maxima at their head. 1 or 2 to keep watch over the sacred fire would have sufficed. They are chosen between the ages of 6 and 10 for the term of 30 years, which they vow to live chaste. How boring. The one who breaks the vow is to be entombed alive in the underground chamber, and there wait, if she is innocent, for Vesta to set her free. I cannot fathom why the Romans revere them beyond all measure, but the Vestals are allowed to interfere with justice and even release criminals at whim. Well, I'm a little bit surprised that they're actually not directly killed, but who knows. They could be set free. But yeah, probably not a good thing to break the vow. Right, let's go for dreams then. Pretty sure we've read the first page as always. False ones pass through the gates of horn. Yeah. The snake. Do not be afraid of this strong creature in your dreams if you are rich, for it tells of strength and the power that kings have. Rich men will have good luck, especially if the snake has strong poison such as an asp or viper. It is a good omen if sent by any gods other than Jupiter, Ceres, Hecate or Asclepius. They send snakes that speak evil words and bad omens. A sick man who dreams of this slithering creature should be afraid. Snakes are of the earth and warn the ill that they will soon return to the earth. Look carefully. The guilty one has dreamed of snakes just after the nuns and after the Ides of March. The eagle is a noble bird of strength and grace. To see him sitting on a rock or any high place is a dream. Dream means success in business, and if he soars through the sky freely, especially on the Ides of December, good things will happen, but slowly. Fearful men who see an eagle in their dreams will not have good fortune. The same is true if the strongest of all birds lands on the head. This means death, for the eagle's strong legs and talons kill anything it holds. Sometimes a woman dreams of eagles. Seeing herself bring an eagle into the world is a good sign. She will give a boy to her husband, who will grow into a great warrior and command an army. Pigs and Skulls, we've read that. Friend and family. It is good if a person dreams of eating the flesh of a friend. Eating a friend's flesh makes them a part of you and also shows that you will help each other. Sometimes the dream is of eating a relative or child. To eat a child is the worst. It means sudden death, but there is hope. If the dreamer only eats a limb or foot or hand that his offspring uses to earn money, then there will be no death, only prosperity. Some really weird stuff, like if you see an eagle, good things will happen, but it really depends on like how and what, and if you are afraid, then it's always a bad sign, which is very weird. Well, I don't know the words, but it's very weird to distinguish that. Blood and money. Blood has great meaning, and most should fear it in dreams. It holds the breath of life, and to see it leave a body means losing life. To lose a life can also mean to change place in society, but this also depends on money. To lose any blood means to lose money. Only doctors, priests, and the people who read the entrails of a criminal can find anything good in losing blood. I must know all I can about the dreamer. If I told a healer the blood means he loses money, I could be wrong, and he would not come back. Blood and illness. Some men come to me afraid that dreaming they vomited blood means bad things for them and their family. It is a good sign for the poor man. The more that leaves his mouth, the more money will soon be his. It also tells the childless man that he will soon be a father. The most inauspicious sign is seeing the sun covered with blood. This is bad for all men and women. Children will be sick. The dreamer will not work, or his eyes will not see as they once did. Only those who wish to hide within the shadows will have good things happen to them when they see a blood-red sky over Rome. Kissing. When any Roman comes to me asking about kissing friends and family in their dreams, they are afraid it means incest and other bad things. Most kisses are good signs. To kiss family and well-loved friends means good things will be said. The dreamer should be pleased. If the dreamer is ill and kisses a dead person, he will soon die. If he has embraced death, sometimes men and women dream that they kiss a dead relative or friend. This is not bad. They are with their ancestors and have the dead to help them. The only other bad kiss is from an enemy. An enemy will not speak well of the dreamer, but a hug and kiss in a dream can mean peace between foes. Drinking. Even sometimes Even something as common as drinking water or wine has meaning in a dream. Most drink cold water in a dream, and this is a good sign. Warm water is not. It brings warnings of sickness and idleness. Wine should be drunk with care. Too much brings problems in the mind and life. To see yourself in a dream drinking a little from a small cup and staying clear in mind is good. If, however, you find yourself waking up from a cold forum pavement with wine stains on your tunic and no idea of the hour or how you got there, you may not be dreaming at all. You probably spent too many hours at the wine shop last night, drinking with Lucius. ... Yeah. Wine and illness. Beware of seeing certain wines in dreams. Myrtle, mead, hydromel, and honeyed quince wine tell a rich man his wealth is secure. These same wines tell a poor man that illness are certain because he drinks these only when he is ill. The same is true for anyone drinking brin or fish paste. But these are natural illnesses. Poisoning will happen if the dreamer drinks olive oil. And by the way, when you wake up, if you must frequent that grubby wine shop on the other side of the forum, avoid the food. I have heard reports of severe poisoning, even fatal occasionally. ... Cups of silver, gold, and glass. Gold and silver cups in a dream stand for life and strength because they are made of solid matter. Cups made of clay are a part of life because they are made of earth. Glass breaks easily and people can see through it. This is a bad sign. Broken glass means that someone in the family will die. Some who dream are alone in the world. If they dream that the glass breaks, it is they who will die. It tells that secrets will no longer remain hidden. ... I once had a visitor from the Vestal atrium who dreamed she was threading unbroken glass for 7 days. It's weird. Dreaming that you were threading for 7 days. Must be a long dream, or I guess time is... Time something Lordran. Drinking from a horn. To dream of drinking from a cup made from a horn is good. The horn has been used for centuries and cannot break. These two things equal good luck. Some ask how they may know that they will be free from all bonds and all their worries will disappear. I ask if they have seen themselves drinking from a cup with a small opening. If they have, they will be free. The arm. The body has two sides. The left side stands for woman and the family, the mother, the daughter, the sister, and even the female slaves. The right is the male side, the father, the son, or a friend. It also stands for those who can be trusted and depended on. To see the right hand injured means there will be trouble soon, or the dreamer will need a loan. Hair on either the right or left wrist means idleness and relaxation. This is bad for the poor man or anyone who must use his hands to work. To see hair on the palms means the dreamer will be held against his will. Hair in a dream is a sign of the strong energies needed to live a good life. Dreaming of baldness is a bad omen. A shaved head is a good sign for anyone except priests. They should always have hair. Long hair is a very good sign for women. It is fine for men too, but mostly priests and actors. The young have color in their hair. This is why when someone dreams of thick black hair, things will come true very fast. White hair is for the old, who move more slowly. This is why white hair means the dream will come true but not quickly. Wool on the head instead of hair means the sickness is coming and energy is fading. Marriage. Death in a dream can mean marriage. Death in a dream can mean marriage. A good state for all men and women. Yes, sure. When a man dreams he is dead, he will soon marry if he is a bachelor. The sign tells a married man he will gain funds or land. Should a married man see himself dead, it tells that he will separate from his wife. This means divorce or death. A married woman seeing herself joined with another man will soon bury her husband. Sometimes it means the man and woman will divorce. If she is pregnant, only good things come from dreaming of another husband. This tells that the child will be a girl and the mother will live to see her daughter married. The gods. To see any of the powerful divinities of the sky, earth, or sea usually brings good fortune. Each god brings a certain kind of luck. Diana brings courage to the fearful. Minerva foretells of good things for men and women who work with their hands making crafts. Musicians hope that Apollo will come to them as they sleep. Sometimes Jupiter will come to the dreamer as a statue or in his full godly attire. His presence tells the rich man that he will gain more power, and the sick man that he will recover. Vulcan, the god of fire, means that secrets will be revealed. Ships. Not many come telling dreams of ships. Those who do learn that the ship stands for all that surrounds them: family, land, and slaves. A ship sailing without harm is a good omen. Dreams of shipwrecks bring good fortune only for slaves. They will soon be free. To see a ship sailing on is a sign telling of good fortune, but things will not happen quickly. There will be trouble before success. Many ask about the sea. A calm sea is bad. It tells of not having work. The man will be as still as the sea. A stormy sea full of waves is good. It tells of success in business. I know that Gordian dreams of ships, but I do not know if the seas are stormy or serene. ... The she-wolf. The one who do not know think that the wolf is a good sign in a dream, and that she will watch over the dreamer. To see a she-wolf is a warning of thieves and slanderous words. The wolf's head is a strong sign. It tells of superiority and shows that the dreamer is kind to friends but vicious to his enemies. Soldiers. Most are afraid when men come with dreams of war. This means nothing good. War brings death, sadness, and loss of blood. Only soldiers have good fortune during war, and so for them it is a good sign. Seeing a shield, helmet, or protection for the soldier's chest tells them they will be safe. Any soldier who dreams of a dagger or straight sword that has great courage, most should be honored to fight with them. Those who see spears, javelins, and lancers are to be avoided, for they say the soldier likes to quarrel. Soldiers should fight enemies, not friends. Lucius dreams of a shining helmet that floats suspended in the air. Tools of war, sword and shield in a dream tell about the wife the man has and the woman he will marry. A beautiful wife is seen as a well-decorated shield. Women who do not please the eye are seen as sharp shields, cheap shields. Men who dream of fighting with an esplanade should be warned that their wives will be lazy and stupid. Any dream of fighting a gladiator with 2 swords should be feared. This tells of an ugly wife who will probably poison her husband. Most hope to see themselves fight with silver arms. This means their wives will be beautiful, but not vain. Listen to their husbands and keep a good house. Loans. To dream of loans is to be reminded of things that will be with you for a short time. A loan is the same as life. Nature gives us life, and she must be repaid for her gift. The same is true for a loan. Those who give loans foretell of sickness or death. If they stand over a sick person, his health may worsen. Dreaming that the loan is taken from the sick person means he will die. Sometimes men who have no loans dream of moneylenders. If the dreamer has a daughter, the moneylender stands for her. The female children marry and take their dowries with them. They take their father's money, like the moneylender. Gordian has nightmares about loans and paid and overdue. Sheep, goats, and rams, all sheep black or white, are a good sign in a dream. They are like men, because they live as a group. But goats tell of marriages, friendships, or partnerships that will not be strong. Some men dream of rams, which bring good luck to poets and writers. Rams are strong, powerful animals that lead. Men who work with words can mold the thoughts of other men, and a clever sibyl can interpret the signs and mold the dreams and desires of her clients, even of an emperor. Right. So let's advance time a little bit. This should work, right? I'm not sure. Come on, time. I also don't think it will break the machine if we're trying to go fast in time. I think the machine just breaks on scripted events. The Navitor. I also don't know why time is not going at all. I mean, it shouldn't take too long for the next day to arrive, right? I was pretty sure it would be near instant if you just click it like this. Oh. I don't know if we're missing out on stuff when we were doing that. The Emperor's family. Severus's wife, Julia Domna, prefers the company of philosophers. The circle around Julia is sometimes called with a sneer. I wonder what it would feel like to live our life. I passed their eldest son, Caracalla, as I entered the palace yesterday. He disrespected me then as he did at the plebeian games last year. His face reveals a corrupt soul. His brother, Gita, is not better, just younger. Worries. That's like a lock. I have secured the document in my strongbox in the temple of Castor and Pollux. Perhaps I should turn it over to the Protean prefect, but I don't completely trust him, or perhaps I should attempt to go to the Emperor directly. All is in good time. I've got an important building plans to oversee. No fee again. I followed the senator's wife. She bought an expensive men's bracelet at a lapidary shop. Aquamarines in gold. For the fire prefect, perhaps. Then I went directly to the senior clerk, who allowed me to present my evidence to the senator. It turned out his wife was not having an affair. She was buying her husband a surprise birthday present. Candlelight. I'm not sure if we're skipping this then. I have found an old scroll in the tabularium about the underground tunnels. I read until past the 5th hour of the night. I read until past the 5th hour of the night. It was most intriguing. I have not ventured out at night since the New Year's began, but tonight, after I finished reading, I was able to scout the locations in tunnel books under the cover of darkness. Rostra. I don't know. Like, it kind of it's already February. Well, I also don't really know what the how does time go that fast? I don't. No, it is actually not that fast. We're still in January. I'm not too sure how the calendar works. So it's like AD 15. So it still takes 15 days to reach the calendar of February or something like that. Is that what it means? A long sleep.
My hair has not been cut for decades. It winds its way among the white ribbons around my head. I press my cheek against the cold marble wall in my chamber. I hope it will awaken me, but I have missed so much life. I remember playing children's games with my father in the garden of our home. I was 5 years old, just a year before I entered the Order of Vesta.
Interesting cutscenes even. That damn Vestal Virgin. I had to step aside. I wasn't going to, but one of her lictors suggest... wow. I had to step aside. I wasn't going to, but one of her lictors gestured with his rod. I can't take the midday sun anymore. I almost fainted waiting for the holy woman to pass. I dreamed of him last night, my skin smooth and soft then, his soldier hands wanting me. The images made me lonely, so I took in more stray cats. Except for Crixus, they're my only companions. So yeah, passing time is not that difficult. We can just click here, read some more, and then continue. So no need to cut the videos up. They were talking about their sister's sense of humor in the Sudatorium. They were talking about their sister's sense of humor. Only no quality gossip in the baths anymore. I had hoped to sweat out the wine from the night before, but I heard only good Romans blabbing bad gossip that was more apt to put me to sleep than find me employment.
Bad dreams disturbed me all night. The village burning, my mother and sisters screaming, my father dying bravely fighting off the invading pigs.
Right, well, I guess that's about it for today. Thanks for watching and goodbye.